like 7:30 on my own. You know when that happens? Like, it's early enough that no, it's more like 8:30. Early enough where you're like, I wish I slept in more, but you're sort of also lying there going like, it's 8:30. I'm an adult. Wake the fuck up. The fuck up. At the same time, sometimes you just gotta wake up, get out of bed.
Depends on the day.
Attack that day.
Yeah. I don't know.
Get those gears in motion, baby. Get those gears in motion. The full gears in motion. Full gear is in motion, Mike. Right? I am so excited for us to go to Baltimore in November. It's like 4 days after my birthday. Mike, this will be a great birthday celebration for you and for me. When we find ourselves in Baltimore, a lot of shit going on before Baltimore,
the beautiful
folks.
Streets of Baltimore.
The beautiful street. I've seen The Wire. I know how this goes. Folks, you're listening to the Shoot Brothers Wrestling Podcast, the only wrestling podcast online that you can find, hosted by myself, Cameron Osborne, and my co-host, Mike the Shoot Shepherd. Bang, bang, baby. You know what? This was a great, folks, we got a great show coming up. We got a great show. The King of the Ring tournament is still surprisingly strong still.
It's going good.
Who killed Roman Reigns? This is going to keep rolling. And we had a couple pay-per-views that we're going to get to right off the bat. Before let's do a WWE sandwich right now. Which is we're gonna start with one, the show, so we can start with one WWE thing, then cross over to something else, and then we'll pop back over to WWE later on. Of course, yes, folks. We had an NXT UK takeover.
Review. Lovely Cardiff. Jimmy Cardiff.
Cardiff, England.
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's a not bad impression. I can hear it. I can hear it in my headphones. That's a not bad impression.
You're complimenting yourself on this one.
That is correct. Folks, thanks to UK, we had the last takeover. Was like Liverpool. We had Pete Dunne, Walter, the Mustache Mountain thing going on, and we had another show this week that did not disappoint.
No, this was a pretty good show. Every takeover, has it's got high expectations to live up to, and it certainly did. So, yeah, you want me to just run through this thing?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, let's whatever you got. Did you catch every match on this card here?
Yeah, I mean, the whole show wasn't. I kind of watched it in chunks. I watched All Out all at once, and then later on I watched this. But it started off with Noam Dar versus Travis Banks. Noam Dar from 205 Live, but this is a better spot from him. Mm-hmm. Just a good little opening match. Two little guys flying all around the ring. Noam Dar hits the Novarella, which is basically a Shining Wizard, for the win.
Great. We talked about it earlier, bringing people over, cross-branding NXT NXT UK's to 205 Lives. Noam Dar, someone who, I don't know who the hell he is. So if he works a bit over here, then why the heck not?
So there you go. Yeah, gives him a shine. This is probably the first big singles match he's had in a long time, so... But then we go backstage where Cesaro's there. He's getting interviewed, and he just wants to issue an open challenge. He doesn't care who. He's here for a fight. And then this guy by the name of Ilya Dragunov just walks by and scoffs at him, and he comes out.
Is just walking on by.
Yeah. So he cuts a promo, and this is your match: Cesaro versus Ilya Dragunov. I like that name.
It's like from Rocky III.
Villain.
Yeah. It's a Rocky villain.
But so the crowd was obviously very happy to see Cesaro there, treating him like the main eventer that he should be. So we got the Russian versus the Swiss Superman here. Just a good
classic
wrestling
clash
match.
Of the countries.
Yeah. Dragunov, he put up a good fight, but then he takes a nasty Death Valley driver into the corner, and he eats a super uppercut into the neutralizer for the win. So Cesaro gets the win, but he... After the match, he acts like he's going to attack Dragunov, but then he psychs everyone out, shakes his hand, and whispers some words of encouragement. So there you go.
That's two takeovers in a row where a main roster star has come down, and put someone over, in going over themselves. Man, wouldn't that be sick? Like you're already at an NXT UK takeover show where the show feels so intimate. Yeah. And then suddenly Cesaro is just there. That's like,
you get a bonus. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the equivalent of you're at OVO festival. You don't know who's announced. Next thing you know, Eminem's walking out on stage.
You're like, oh shit! What? And then he brings out Dr. Dre, and then everyone's like,
"That next thing you know, oh my god!" Yeah, the whole
Snoop comes out, and
the whole aftermath family is there. See, it's that
Nate Dogg's back from the dead.
Nate Dogg, for some reason, deep pull. That's a deep pull, Mike.
Oh, Nate Dogg, come on! I respect our listeners' knowledge of rap music.
We're moving on to a triple threat
match.
Tag team.
One of the best looking championships in wrestling, the UK tag titles here. The grizzled young veterans are your champs, James Drake and Zach Gibson, against Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster, and then the team of Gallus. I don't know what that name's supposed to mean, but it's Mark Coffey and Wolfgang.
Something.
Yeah. So anyways, just like at the last takeover, this rowdy UK crowd, they start doing their singing and they take all their shoes off.
I want to know what they're doing.
They said, if you hate Gibson, take your shoes off. And they all know the tune. They're just singing along. So I like that. I'd like to see that some other places. Like
Mike, all we have to do is go to the next UK takeover. That's all we have to
take
do.
Our
Mike.
shoes off. Yeah.
Just hop on a plane.
So, the big baby faces in this match, Andrews and Flash Morgan, lots of love from them, doing all these flips, keeping the crowd happy. Crazy reverse Hurricane Rana, shooting star press, all sorts of big moves like that. Eventually they have the pin, but then Gibson pulls the ref out at 2, and all these shenanigans allow Morgan to hit the mayhem. All this other crazy shit happens. Let me see what finally happened. Oh, yeah. Shooting star press. On top, and then his partner. I've lost track of everything here. Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan.
Who gets the win?
There were so many crazy. Everyone was flipping all over the place. Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster get the win. They're your new tag team champions. Crowd was super happy for them. Yeah, I was all over the place.
Yeah, you were all over the place. Apparently, the match was too.
Because half these guys, some of them I knew, some of them I didn't. So I can't even remember who does what and who is.
and who is who and what is where and
yeah. But Andrews and Flash Morgan, they stood out. They looked good. So there you go. Happy crowd.
There you go. There you go. New champs.
Yeah. Another thing that was all over the place was this Dave Mastiff versus Joe Coffey, last man standing. So basically, you get what you expect. They brawl all around the ring. Coffey gets thrown hard into the turnbuckle, and then the top rope just breaks right off. So I'm sure that was planned, but it looked cool. Cool, unique spot. Eventually, they get up into the crowd onto the stage where they shoot like the pre-show area, and they just fight on the structure, and then they both go falling off. And the ref starts counting. Both men get up to 9, and then one guy gets kicked down, and then there's your 10 count. Joe Coffey wins.
Joe Coffey, great name, good win.
Yeah.
Right.
Moving right along, the two main events of the show. We had the Women's Championship, Toni Storm versus Kaylee Ray, not Kylie Ray.
Weird.
Yeah, another Brit. This is the Brit versus Brit. Kaylee Ray playing the heel here. Lots of vicious slaps to Tony's face.
I think Toni Storm is not British. I think she's from Australia or New Zealand.
Some other thing. Oh yeah, New Zealand.
One of them.
So Storm hits a beautiful looking tiger bomb. They call it the Storm Zero, but Kaylee kicks out. Eventually Kaylee, she hits a gory bomb into the ropes and then hits another one and gets the pinfall. A bit of a surprise. Kaylee Ray is the new NXT UK Women's Champ.
Kaylee Ray, not to be confused with Kylie Ray.
Kylie, yeah. Smiley Kylie. But, bit of an upset here, but a good match.
Smaley Kaylee. Great. New champs.
And the main event. Yeah, the main event. I don't know. This match is... I don't even know what to say about it. A 5-star match.
A five-star match?
I'm predicting 5-star. Yes.
Mike,
believe it or not.
I've never heard you say those words, Mike. You know that. You've agreed that some. I think you've agreed that some great matches are great matches, but I've never think that you've declaratively come out and ever said.
Okay, well, to be fair, this is my third 5-star match of the year, so. In my opinion, just because I haven't said anything.
Maybe the other ones are more silent than others.
Yeah. Dustin versus Cody, that's a 5-star.
That's 5-star match.
Easy. And then of course Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano. That was the first one. I think was the best one for my favorite. That was a 5-star. Anyways, this match here, Walter versus Tyler Bate for the UK Championship. Everyone's singing Walter's entrance. We all love that theme song. The big size difference, that's the story of the match. David versus Goliath. The crowd starts singing Walter as a wanker at one point. They know all the tunes. They got like 1,000 different, they're a whole jukebox.
How do they have so many? Are they coordinating these things?
But little Tyler Bate, he picks up Walter for a big scoop slam for a huge pop from the crowd. This was like their Hogan Andre the Giant moment. Bate even did like a Hulk Hogan pose after. Walter beats him around, fucking big power bombs into the ring posts. Tyler Bate, he lifts Walter, hits an exploder suplex off the apron to the floor. He does all this other crazy shit. He even gets Walter on his shoulders and hits a burning hammer, but he's unable to cover Walter in time. Tyler Bate, he was like the British Daniel Bryan in this match. He was just all over the place.
The British Daniel Bryan. You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. He even hits his finisher, the Tyler Driver 97, but Walter somehow kicks out. And this is when Bate gets super mad. He takes off his wrist tape, starts throwing heavy blows at Walter, but he can't keep him down. Walter hits a dragon suplex on the apron. Fucking Bate's neck bent like a well-cooked piece of asparagus there. And then he throws him back in the ring. Walter hits the Walter splash, but Bate kicks out at 2.
Oh,
which I don't know if you've seen that before.
Is everyone kicking out?
So Walter, he hits a couple more big moves, a big power bomb, and then Bate kicks out at 1, and he's all fired up. But Walter hits him with a clothesline from hell and finally gets the pinfall. And yes, this match was incredible. It's in my top 3 for match of the year, and it went 42 minutes and 12 seconds, but it didn't even feel like it was that long. It was just, everything was great. Such a good match.
Jesus
Tyler Bate got
Christ.
a standing ovation. Yeah, I recommend you watch it, even if you know the finish. It's still worth it.
Folks at home,
I'm
watch the
predicting
match.
Meltzer. Meltzer will give this match 5 stars. It's the highest rated match of the weekend, more than anything from All Out, which I didn't think at first until I saw this.
Which I didn't.
Because I watched this after All Out.
Well, I think
Anyways,
he gave.
We'll get to that.
I think he gave that Adam Cole match a 5.5. Mike, is Uncle Dave going to say this is better than the 5.5 stars?
Well, I mean, for me, it doesn't go past 5, so whatever.
Well, but
he goes up to 7.
No, I think there's no up to amount.
I know there is no up to, but I mean, if it was my scale,
right.
5 is the hard limit's 5, but I'm also, you could see a dozen 5-star matches in here.
It's a good point.
Whereas Dave might not be so great. Anyways, it's a good point.
All real. That's a good point, folks. That was the NXT Takeover Cardiff show.
Yes.
Okay, let's keep this sandwich. Let's keep chewing on this sandwich and bringing it back to the middle. The meat.
The meat,
and
the bacon, the cheese.
The cheese, the creamy mustard. Of course, that is All Elite Wrestling's last pay-per-view before they go to television. Let's get to some AEW shit. AEW, All Elite, they coming for you, Vince. Better watch out.
Yes, let's get all out.
It's all out. Live, fucking somewhere. They're all somewhere.
Chicago.
They're all somewhere. Chicago. That sounds about right. So we all know they're going to air in a month. We all know that the Moxman is out. And real excited for what a Crackle Barrel clash is. As soon as I heard that word, I was drawn in. Did you watch the pre-show at all?
Yes, the buy-in. Actually, I went over to my friend's house and he actually ordered it, so I saw the whole thing on official pay-per-view. Yeah, he paid. He bought in, they started. I got there right there at like 7, and they started right away on the buy-in. Mm-hmm. Did you watch it?
Yes. Yeah. I think I came in like halfway through, or I want to say 2 rounds into the Casino Battle Royal.
Yeah, so Nyla Rose started it off. She was the big woman of the ring, taking on the big load in the match. The librarian, Leva Bates, did the Kofi spot where she was throwing it out, but she hung on by her feet. And then
stepping on books.
Yeah, Peter Avalon, librarian buddy, was throwing books down for her, like the floor is lava thing. She was stepping on there. And this girl, Priscilla Kelly, she was new to me, but I liked what I saw from her for a little bit. But then eventually, pretty much this happened like a couple rounds. Nyla Rose just ends up cleaning house, clearing out the whole ring, and then she waits for the next batch to come out. So Britt Baker
I feel like she did that twice.
Yeah, well, there's only like 4 groups, but so Britt Baker's in the next group. She was one of the crowd favorites, and Emma was there. I forget what they call her now in AEW. Was she in the last
Dashwood.
One? Is that what it is? Was she in the last?
I think it's just her real name.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, Emma. Emma's easier to remember.
Hey, if we're going Moxley, we got to go Tenille.
Okay, I'll try to remember Tenille.
It's only fair.
I'll try. Awesome Kong was there. Brandy Rhodes. They were working together. Tia Piper, Roddy Piper's daughter. She got a good pop from the crowd. And then finally, the last entrant, the Joker or the Wild Card, whatever they call it, Mercedes Martinez. She's great. I know her from the Mae Young Classic and a couple other things. So the crowd popped. They were excited to see her.
Yeah, I could tell they were excited. But I didn't listen to half the show. That show, folks at home. I don't know how important that is. I didn't start listening until the Lucha Brothers match.
That's fine.
Because I was at work.
I'll fill in the blanks here.
Let's go watch the show. I know what's going on.
So yeah, she put up a good fight, but she gets eliminated. The final 3 comes down to Nyla Rose, Britt Baker, and Bea Priestley. So the 2 smaller women team up for a bit to try to take out Nyla Rose, and then Baker hits this Canadian Destroyer on Priestley and eliminates her right after. But then Priestley pulls a Hulk Hogan and grabs onto Baker's arm from the outside, allowing Nyla Rose to throw her out from behind. So Nyla wins the Battle Royal and gets to fight for the first ever AEW Women's Championship. On
October 2nd, baby.
Yeah, and she had 10 eliminations in this match, so they booked her very strong here.
Yeah, unstoppable.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen, but this is the exact same finish as the 1992 Royal Rumble when Hulk Hogan was tossed out by Psycho Sid, and then he grabbed Sid's arm, and then Ric Flair stuck up behind and dumped him over to win.
No way, really?
And that's when Ric Flair won his first WWF Championship, which was on the line in the Rumble. So there's that. Fun fact.
Funny. That's funny. A little callback there.
Little callback. But, yeah, on to the next match, the final part of the buy-in. We had the Private Party versus Angelico and Jack Evans. Yeah, Private Party, they just remind me so much of the Street Profits. Like the same style of wrestling.
Now, who do you think came first? The Street Profits or the Private Parties?
It's hard to say.
I wonder. It's tough to say. It is tough to say.
Yeah, but this is still a fun tag match. Lots of hot, quick action. Private Party had the Hurricane Rana party and hit some crazy reverse Ranas. They're calling them poison Ranas, including one off the top rope. And then the big finale came with the top rope Hurricane Rana into a diamond cutter. Crazy finishing move. I think they called it the gin and juice or something. So Private Party are your winners. And then after the match, the other guys do the heel sore loser thing, beat them down. And then the final thing before the pre-show, there was some like action movie film promo for a guy named Wardlow. Did you see that?
I did, but I didn't know. I guess new dude, I guess.
Yeah,
Shit,
we don't know who he is.
I totally forgot, and I didn't even. I did.
It's just like a little action movie. Yeah, he just beats up a gang of thugs, and they're like Wardlow. So that's his name, Wardlow.
Well, I mean, hey, why not?
I don't know.
Why not?
We'll
why
see.
Why
I'll give him a
not?
chance.
Why not?
I'll give him a chance.
He looked big as shit.
He looked like a super jacked Elias or something.
A super jacked Elias. Can you imagine?
Elias
Can you
is already in
imagine
pretty
that?
good shape.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
All right, on to the main show.
Let's start off let's kick off the show, Mike. Let's kick off the show. We got the SoCal Uncensored versus. How do you feel about Jurassic Express?
At first, yeah. So to me, this is kind of like, is this them like poking fun at like the Viking experience?
This seems like a Viking experience thing. Yeah, this.
Like I think it's so but people love them so much that they won't care and it'll get over anyways, in spite of if it's a joke
somehow.
Yeah. So Jurassic Express, Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Marco Stunt. Just another fun match. It's impossible not to love the boy and the dinosaur. They're such a good pairing. Yeah, and Marco Stunt, he's just so fucking. He like Alexa Bliss could fucking outweigh this guy by 20 pounds.
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah,
Jesus
lots of good
Christ.
wrestling here. High flying. Even Luchasaurus, he can do his moonsaults. He hits some big spots. Crowd super hot for it. But eventually, SCU, they hit. I always forget the name of it. It's basically a Meltzel driver, but like they do a moonsault and.
And it probably has some kind of name.
Yeah, but so they hit that on Jungle Boy and Marco Stunt at the same time and get the win. So I guess they needed it. I feel like they haven't won anything on AEW yet, STU.
You're right, but they've been. I think they're always in the first match. That's all I know.
Yeah, it's weird. A couple of matches tonight. A couple of matches they showed win-loss record during the entrance, but not for everyone. So I don't know.
In an effort to, they've said it. They say it that wins and losses are going to matter. You know what I'm saying?
They say it. Yes.
They keep saying it. So let's see it happen. Let's see it happen. Next step.
That's what makes this next match so interesting. And even its place on the card when it said it was coming up next, I was surprised because we had Kenny Omega versus Pac, or they were calling him Pac all night.
Pac.
I thought it was Pac.
I've been saying Pac. No.
Yeah, maybe JR's like, well, Pac, there's Pac out here. Like 2 packs occur.
The match we weren't supposed to get ended up getting it anyways.
So this was, so I'm sure this wouldn't have been the second match on the show if Moxley was here, but we still get a good match. Lots of technical wrestling, chain reversals, working on the limbs. At one point, Pac does a moonsault off the top rope to Kenny, who is on the ground, and he hits his foot on the guardrail. That looked pretty painful.
That looked pretty bad. Yeah, I was like, he doesn't know how narrow these things are.
Yeah, they were pretty. What if some 8-year-old kid standing up? Some kid could have just got nailed by the fucking.
Can you imagine that? Just getting kicked in, not it happening to you. Imagine watching some kid right beside you get kicked in the face by Pac, and then his popcorn goes everywhere.
That'd be sweet.
That would be so sweet. Anyways,
yeah. Kenny,
you go on.
Yes, Kenny's hitting multiple V triggers throughout the match, but he can never get that one winged angel. Get a bunch of high angle German suplexes, all a bunch of stiff kicks. Kenny tries for that one winged angel again, but Pac is able to hook in the brutalizer submission while he's on Kenny's shoulders. And Omega starts to fade, and he falls to the ground, and Pac still got it locked in. And shockingly, the ref calls for the bell. Kenny's knocked out. This was a huge surprise for me, for everyone I was watching with. We were all like, "Holy shit!"
We were all shocked at work.
Yeah. So not only does Pac come here, he wins. Kenny Omega. They did a bunch of crowd shots too. They were all doing the hands on the head, open mouth. Yeah, So I mean, they got me for sure on this one. I thought Kenny was gonna win, but. Yeah, because Pac, he's still with Dragon Gate. Who knows when he'll be back in AEW.
This was a fantastic match, right? Pac didn't do Pac didn't do much of the high flying that we know he can do.
Yeah, the Black Arrow, as it's now called, he didn't hit.
Right. What did it used to be called? It's called something.
The Red Arrow.
Oh my God.
But now he's even darker and more evil.
Right, the Dark Red Arrow. The blood red arrow.
The crimson arrow.
Yeah, that's great. No one hit their finisher. It's
Yeah, it's a type of finish you don't see all too often.
Type of finish you don't see all the time. And also, if Pac's doing them a favor, clearly they needed to replace that Moxley match with something huge.
Yeah. And this was good match.
Probably the only dude who was available. So we're like, yo, you can go over. Just go over. Let's do
crowd would still be happy with it.
Yeah, exactly. Crowd will still be stoked. But what I was stoked for was the Cracker Barrel clash. So Cracker Barrel is a restaurant, I think.
Is it like Pickle Barrel?
I think it's more like a Montana's.
Montana,
or like a TGI Fridays. There's so many.
You can get your wings. You can get your steak.
There's so many fucking grocery stores down there in the States. Have you noticed that?
Grocery stores?
Wow, sorry, restaurants. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And grocery stores. There's 20. Well, yeah. There's 30 of them.
Well, yeah, and fast food joints.
Fast food joint. Why is there so much food down?
The prices are ridiculous. They're 30-cent milkshakes, 30-cent fries.
That's
5 burgers for $2.
That's too cheap.
Crazy. Yeah,
that's too cheap.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's why they're all so fat.
That's why they're all so fat, Mike. God damn it, listeners. So this is why I'm excited for this Cracker Barrel clash. I'm hoping food's going to be involved, and there were some biscuits at one point.
There were some biscuits. There was no cheese though.
Jimmy Havoc, Darby Allin, Joey Janela. The brawls that have been going along on Being the Elite. I don't know if you've caught those at all. It's just sort of they just set up a situation and then have the three of them just kind of come into frame and brawl and then leave frame or kind of be separated. So the heat.
See, now doesn't Cracker Barrel make cheese as well, like at the grocery store?
Oh, that's a good point. Maybe I'm totally wrong about it being a restaurant.
No, I do think it is a restaurant as well.
No.
Well, either way, why did they have the biscuits there? No cheese. I was expecting to see some cheese platters or something.
That's a good point. You would think.
But we did have the barrels.
What if
we had the barrels.
Two different Cracker Barrels?
Yeah.
Like one is just cheese. Like that's a whole different company. Because I find it hard to believe that they're like a huge chain restaurant / cheese.
That makes well. Let me say this to you. There's an A&W restaurant, and I can buy A&W root beer in store.
That's hyper specific, though.
Come on.
Like it's.
Anyways,
at Cracker Barrel, they only use Cracker Barrel cheese.
Well, yeah, they make at Cracker Barrel. They only use Cracker Barrel cheese.
Cracker Barrel cheese.
Yeah.
You can't buy the biscuits though. You got to come here for the biscuits.
Yeah.
We'll let you in on the cheese though.
This was pretty much a hardcore match, just with a different name. Jimmy Havoc had his stapler here. We had a bunch of chairs, tables, other plunder. At one point, Darby and Janela, they tape Havoc up to a chair, put some thumbtacks in his mouth, and then tape it shut. Yeah, fun. Some sunset flip bombs through a table, moonsaults that completely misses, hits the ground.
Oh yeah, that one was tough to watch.
He just
that
hit
one
the
was
ground
tough
hard.
To watch. Yeah.
Darby Allin brings in a skateboard and had the bottom completely covered in thumbtacks.
That was pretty sweet. That was sick. That was sick.
He jumps off the top rope and plants it down on Joey Janela's back. So that was a wild, very unique spot. And you can see the tacks embedded in his skin.
That was a big spot. I liked Jimmy Havoc just with his little stapler. He stapled himself a couple times right off the bat. Crazy. And I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah. And then we get what everyone was waiting for, the involvement of the barrels.
The barrels!
Yeah, so Jimmy Havoc, he's laid out on the steel steps outside the ring, and Darby Allin grabs a barrel. He climbs to the top rope with it, holds it behind his back, and he jumps down, doing the coffin drop, but Jimmy moves out of the way, so Darby just crashes through the barrel on the steps. He's out of the match. Yeah, that barrel shattered just right.
Shattered perfectly.
But there's still one more, so Janela brings the second one into the ring. And Havoc superplexes him off the top rope into the barrel, but only his legs hit it, so it wasn't a full smash. So being the crowd pleaser he is, Jimmy Havoc, he sets the barrel back up and hits his acid rainmaker through the barrel, covers Joey for the win. So this was a fun match. The guys gave it their all to entertain the crowd.
Gave it their all, and everyone came out with a little blood.
Yeah, we got some blood. We got the thumbtacks, the crazy skateboard, the barrels. Everyone wanted those barrels. As soon as you see the barrels, you know they have to get broken.
Oh, that's why they're in place. It's almost an insult to us if they're not.
Yeah, so there you go. Jimmy Havoc picking up a big win.
Big win for Jimmy Havoc. Next up, we did have some tag action. Okay, so this is the final match. Whoever wins this, first round bye in the World Tag Team Championship Tournament, whenever that is. And it's a stacked division, so you need all the help you can get. We have the Dark Order taking on the Best Friends. In the Minions, or what are they called?
Yeah,
Sorry,
the Minions. I forget what they call them. Anyways, yeah, this was, no, it wasn't too bad, but I mean, it was probably the coldest match of the show, like for the crowd. Nothing too crazy going on in this one.
Yeah, I think we're still not in on the Dark Order yet.
Yeah, they're pushing them hard, but but they do hit their finisher, the fatality for the win. And after the match, they continue to beat down on the Best Friends, and the Druids come out to carry them away, when all of a sudden the lights go out, they come back on, and the man, Orange Cassidy, is in the ring.
My God, I was so I'm watching All Out with a couple people at work who don't watch wrestling, but they're invested. I'm like, this is what we're watching tonight, and they're like, okay. So we sat and watched it. One of the friends, I think he was trying to hide how into it he was. And the other friend was like, this is actually pretty goddamn entertaining. Yeah. And so they didn't understand what was happening when Orange Cassidy just kind of came out, and I'm freaking out.
You'd be like, oh, you got to watch this.
Immediately pull up Orange Cassidy clips. Immediately.
Yeah.
The 15-second man.
He got a great reaction here from the crowd. Oh, nearly everyone knows who he is. And, he had his hands in his pockets. He did a suicide dive. He gets back in, does the kip up. And then the Best Friends come in and give him a big hug. So everyone was happy at the end there.
And a little friendship formed, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see what his role is in AEW going forward. I mean, obviously he's going to keep the pocket gimmick thing, but yeah, see how he's booked.
See how he's booked. You know, what I did hear recently though is that like storylines are going on Being the Elite and the show.
Okay, so they can still keep that
so it's
going?
all the Being the Elite is kayfabe, and so is Cody has his own channel also. It's always like Road to like not the Road to stuff. I don't know. Fuck. He has his own thing. He has his own thing going on. But yeah, it's all canon. It's all canon. Mike, you got to pay attention.
I pay attention.
Okay. Let's pay attention to this next. Let's pay attention to this next matchup here, because the winner of this match will face Nyla Rose for that women's world title on October 2nd. We have Riho. We've taken on Hikaru Shida.
Yeah. I like Riho. She always just seems so positive, and she's a good wrestler.
Always seems so positive. Great wrestler. Yeah. This match was fantastic.
Yeah, Shida was dominating early on, but forcing Riho to fight back from underneath. But she's great in that role, like we said, playing that baby face in peril. She didn't have the genie pants on this time though, but that's okay. Wasn't she the one wearing the Aladdin pants?
I can't remember.
Anyways, eventually the finish comes during a back and forth exchange. Riho hits a crucifix and spins it around into a pinning combination and gets the 3 count. So it will be Riho versus Nyla Rose to crown the first ever AEW Women's Champion.
Real size advantage there.
Yeah, and they had the belt on display, and it looks a lot like the men's, but looks nice.
Looks nice. It looks nice in that little glass container there. It's gonna be exciting. On October 2nd, we're gonna get a title match, which is great right there. Before our last non-title match of the night, though, coming up is the culmination of this Shawn Spears and Cody drama.
Yeah, after that vicious chair shot we saw, which Tony Khan has come out and said that will be the first and last time that you see a headshot.
God damn it! Are you serious?
Well, we'll see how they follow that, because there was something kind of close to that later on.
Are you because like. He took it like a champ.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I gotta say. We got Shawn Spears taking on Cody. MJF is there for some reason. Tully Blanchard is there for some reason. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see what happens, right? Okay, so Star Trek. Okay.
Star Trek, yeah. He had a Star Trek entrance.
Star Trek entrance.
And his poor dog. Did you see how scared this dog was being out there?
I did see the Yeah, I was like, oh, poor dog.
The dog was just like, fuck this. All the 20,000 people yelling, screaming, loud noise going on.
I think people were a lot more upset than I was, though. I was like, oh, poor dog.
I wasn't upset about it. I was just like, oh, why don't you just let the dog go back?
Let the dog go back and hang out, right? Anyways, so I guess MJF gets to be there because Tully Blanchard gets to be there.
Yeah, that's only fair.
And then the match starts going on.
Yeah, Cody, he's aggressive right out the gate. He clocks Tully right away for getting in his way. Spears hits a big Death Valley driver to Cody on the steel ramp.
Yeah, that was nice. There's something about a belt. Tully Blanchard's just fucking with the official Cody's the whole time.
Yeah, so fucking Tully, Cody hits a crossroads, but Tully distracts the ref, so MJF gets pissed off, and him and Tully, they go face to face. They start choking each other, but Spears comes in, boots Maxwell. And then Tully starts kicking him while he's down outside the ring, and then Arn Anderson comes in.
Out of nowhere.
The legend.
Out of nowhere, gives a big old spine buster to Shawn Spears and just gets the fuck out.
That's all he can do. He got a huge pop.
I think it's legally or medically cleared. He's okay, sir. You can only deliver a spine buster.
And then Shawn grabs the chair. He brings it into the ring, but Cody takes it away from him. He thinks about using it, but tosses it away. And then he hits the old Dusty Rhodes elbow combo. He grabs the chair. He throws it at Spears, who catches it. And then he receives a kick to the face with the chair in front. So that's kind of like a chair shot to the head.
Kinda.
And then Cody hits his crossroads for the pin. So another great match from Cody. I was a little surprised on this one again because I thought Shawn Spears might win his first big match to establish him as a heel. But no.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing too. I was thinking way less interference and more just the two of them doing that. Because it felt like at one point there was a lot of, I'm like, okay, I'm just now watching MJF fight an old man. This is what I'm watching. This is what I'm like in a suit. Like he's wearing nice.
That is what it was.
He's wearing nice pants. Like what's going on right now? This for me. I was hoping for a little bit more, but poor Sean Spears.
Yeah,
because he was doing great on that Road to All Out show. You got to start, dude. It's all canon. It's all canon, Mike.
No, I mean I've seen some of it, and that's why I expected him to win here because he's been booked pretty strongly.
Yeah,
and, looking like a big badass heel. But we'll see. This is not the end.
He's got those contact lenses.
Yeah, this is not the end of the story.
Makes him look cool. You know. Let's move on to our final tag match of the night. In the we have the AAA titles on the line in the Escalera de la Muerte.
Yes,
which we were saying all night. By the way, like just all of us, we were saying like, oh, is it time for the Escalera de la Muerte?
Yes.
Oh,
but,
we have the Lucha Bros taking on the Young Bucks. The Lucha Bros are the champs. For our listeners at home who don't know what we're talking about a ladder match.
Yeah, and
with tables.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
This match was insane. I thought it was going to be my match of the weekend until I saw that other Walter one, but still, this was the match of the night for me.
Too many spots to name. I think Matt Jackson rocks his head off of a table at one point.
Oh, some of these landings were rough.
When
he fell down
home,
on the way, his legs hit the
about.
rope on the way and like
yes.
like accelerates him even more. And then there was another one when he got pushed off the ladder and he fell directly on top of it.
Perfect. Too many spots.
No, but we have to sum at least. Canadian Destroyer off the top of the ladder through a table.
That was
insane.
That was insane.
Can't forget that. And then there's one of the Jacksons and Pentagons at the top of the ladder exchanging blows, and then I think it was Matt. He snatches his mask off, which is a big no. Huge chorus of boos. Penta falls off the ladder to cover his face. But then, eventually they get back up. He gets his mask back on, and him and Phoenix hit the Zero Fear, which is like a coup de grace package pile driver, onto a ladder laid across the ring.
Ooh.
And these aren't WWE ladders. They're not like made of wood. They don't break.
These ladders were pretty sturdy.
Yeah, both Jacksons are dead now. So Penta and Phoenix, they climb the ladder, grab the belts, retain their titles. What an insanely good match.
They're dead. They're dead legally.
They're dead. Yeah, that one. And then after the match, there was these hooded men in presidential masks comes out and attacks
Ronald Reagan and George W. come out.
George
right?
W. Yeah. Might have been Clinton. I couldn't tell for sure, but they attack and then they take them off, and it was Los Puerto Ricanos or something like that. They were in TNA before, I think.
Yeah, you're so close. Santana and Ortiz, LAX baby. LAX is here.
But here they called them Los Puerto Ricanos.
Okay. This was I mustn't have turned it on yet. They're not LAX.
They did not call them LAX as they were known in TNA.
Weird. Okay, that's fun. That's fun.
But people popped. They do. The crowd reacted as if they knew who they were. So.
Well, there you go.
There she goes.
There you go. A couple. So those are our two big signings, or I guess our two big things. I guess because we have LAX coming, and then we have Orange Cassidy.
Oh yeah. Well, Orange Cassidy, he had already signed, hadn't he?
I don't know. This makes it official.
This makes it official.
This makes it official. Okay, it's main event time, folks. Main event. We're gonna get a brand new first time ever champion for the whoever. You know what I'm saying, folks. It's Chris Jericho.
First ever
Chris
AEW.
Jericho. Adam Hangman Page, the AEW World Heavyweight Championship is on the line.
Yeah,
it was a pretty good match.
Hangman comes riding out on a horse. The horse didn't look scared. It knows it could kill these people.
The horse is fine. Yeah, it knows.
It was a bit hard to follow that ladder match, but it's still a good match. Longest match of the night, so it starts a bit slow, but picks up as it goes along. We even get a blade job after Paige hits Jericho with a big discus elbow. You can see the ref goes to check on Chris, and she hands him the blade, and as he gets up, he quickly does a little... and he's got... And then, he rolls over, holding his forehead, and he's bleeding. And I think it's fine to have a blade job once in a while. It wasn't nearly as crazy as the Dustin one, but it still added something to the match.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, it was good. Paige, he's going for the Deadeye all match, but Jericho keeps countering. But then he finally hits it, but Y2J kicks out at 2. So I don't know if I've ever seen someone kick out of the dead eye, but Jericho does here.
I do not think that I have either.
Yeah. So he goes for another one, but Jericho counters it and hits the Judas effect to get the 3 count. So Chris Jericho is your first ever AEW World Champion.
It looked a lot better there than it did in that match against Kenny Omega. I don't know how Chris Jericho somehow sells an elbow, but damn, made it work. He gets the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, JR sold it well too. He made it sound like the biggest. He's like, "By God, there it is! He killed him!" Oh God. But Jericho. He was even crying a bit as he celebrated. I think he was very honored to be given this prestigious moment, the first ever inaugural champion of a new company.
It's big.
Some tears. Some tears. Even heels can cry, folks.
Even heels can cry.
Yeah,
you heard it here, folks.
Yeah,
you
good
match.
Good closing match. Probably the second or third best match of the show for me.
Yeah,
to me, that ladder match was the best.
That ladder match was the craziest, one of the craziest things I've ever seen. And that's crazy. And that's just that. That is just that, folks. Those are our two. Those are our 2 pay-per-views.
Yeah. Did you hear that? Shortly after, it was reported that he was dining at a Longhorn Steakhouse and he had left the belt in a limousine where it was stolen.
No way. Are you serious?
Yeah, so this is an ongoing story. Police are on the case. And then they reported an update that they had found it, but then they deleted the update, so we don't know what's going on. The case is still open, but it's reported under grand theft, like grand theft auto, or not auto, but grand theft, so like $100,000 crime and shit like that.
Really?
So the belt has actually been misplaced at this moment, so hopefully they can get it going.
Jesus Christ.
But I'm sure this is going to be a storyline. They'll turn it into a storyline.
Or maybe it is. Maybe it's already a storyline.
No, like the police are involved. Like
exactly. Exactly.
Well, if they're that committed, then good on them.
Good on them. Maybe the commissioner's just a real big fan. He's just an AEW fan.
Yeah. And one last AEW thing. They did announce one match for Full Gear. Or I just heard this announced. Jon Moxley versus Omega will take place there. The match we were supposed to get at All Out.
The match we're supposed to get. So now we just have to build. Now we just have time to build that match, I guess.
Yeah. Right now it's in first gear. By then it'll be in full gear.
Is that how that works?
I don't know.
Okay, that's great, Mike. That's great.
Da-da-da.
Well, yeah, those were our 2 pay-per-view shows, Mike. How about we take a break now, and then we come back and just kind of run through our weekly shit, our King of the Ring, our trivias. What do you think about that?
Yeah, let's take the break now and be right on back.
We'll be right back.
Let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, brother, yeah, let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, brother, yeah.
Mike, we're back. We're back with another week. Another second half of the show.
Oh yeah, same week, same show.
It's always as fun as the first half of the show. Let's kick off the second half of the show. Let's jump on that Twitter train. It's the tweet of the week. It's the tweet of the week. It's the tweet of the week. Man, this one, God, he just keeps ranking him in. He's a couple champions. He's a 2-time champion or a 2 champion holder currently. Chris Jericho, new AEW, and 4-time. I guess he defended against himself in the first ever self-defense.
First ever.
These are great. You need to go on Twitter and find these yourself. It's like, okay, so there was on AEW's YouTube afterwards was Chris Jericho walking around the backstage area with a microphone and the belt. And just doing his Chris Jericho, I'm the best, look at me go. And Twitter has compiled old music videos with there's one point when he's backstage and he's by like a bunch of like a food buffet and cake and the champagne, and he says that some of that bubbly. And now YouTube or Twitter and YouTube has made, or Twitter and whoever's doing this sort of thing have done a lot of funny things with him saying some of the bubbly. Folks at home, I wish I could show it to you. You know what I'm saying? I wish you could see it. But Mike, go on Twitter and see it for yourself.
All right. I saw something after. I guess this was referencing that. after his belt was stolen. There was like a clip of Jericho in a hot tub, and he had champagne, and he's like, oh, he was going to talk. He's like, first, let me have some bubbly or something.
There you go. There you go.
So now it all comes around. There you go.
It all comes around. There's your tweet of the week, champ. There's your tweet of the week, champ.
Champ. One of the belts is missing for now.
One of the belts is missing.
Ours is here. It's locked up in the shoot studio.
Just ready to go. Ready to fit.
Yes. Our lawyer, Spud Goldberg, has the key to the safety deposit box.
We just had to bring that back. Folks, we're going to give you some trivia in a little bit, but let's just kick right off with Monday Night Raw. We're live from somewhere. Clash of Champions is hopefully 2 weeks away.
Another couple weeks.
Oh, thank
you're jumping
Christ.
the gun. Yeah.
Thank Christ. And so let's see where everything is going to happen there. King of the Ring, of course, keeps rolling on. We open up the show with the old contract signing. Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman and fucking Michael Cole moderating.
The moderator.
The moderator, of course. Doing that kind of thing. And folks, do you think the contract ever gets signed?
Once in a while.
Once in a while.
Yeah, they cut their promos. They talk about having two matches against each other and the tag title match against Rude and Ziggler. And then AJ Styles and the OC come out to interrupt. And then, AJ just cuts a promo wondering why Braun gets a title shot. All he did was look at the title. So he's like, come on, what's this mean? It's like, if I'm the U.S. champion, shouldn't I be the first in line for a Universal shot? Who am I supposed to face? The first guy that comes and looks at my belt? So he got a point.
He's got a point. AJ Styles makes a good point every time. Of course, bickering often leads to a match. I've said it once. I'll say it again. I think we end up getting kind of like we come back from a commercial and suddenly it's like the OC against Seth and Braun for some reason.
Yeah, because before they all get in the ring, AJ rips up the contract, so that nulls the match. The match is no longer
on. So we end up.
Yeah, it's not even on the table. You can't just print a new contract up.
It's not that easy, Mike. You just
have to
can't
contact your lawyer.
Don't.
Like our lawyer.
Don't.
Anyways, so we do get a tag match: Seth and Braun versus the OC, not AJ, but he's on the outside.
AJ's not there, but of course Rollins and Strowman get the win.
Was there a win? They do get the win.
They do get the win, and then
right after
the old lay everybody out.
Yeah, AJ jumps in, attacks. They fight them off, but then Braun accidentally batters Seth. And then Ziggler and Rude come out and jump them, so the numbers game is too much, and they all start beating him. Yeah, they throw Braun into the stairs. They all hold on to him so AJ can hit the phenomenal forearm. So the OC, the heels, and Ziggler and them, they all stand tall to celebrate.
Yeah, a lot of championships in one kind of feud right now, but I guess that kind of has to get sorted in a couple of weeks. AJ will have to face somebody for Clash of Champions.
He still does not have an official, so if he's going to get involved in that Seth Braun,
my God. Can you picture all
Can we have a triple champion by the end of the night?
Oh my God. Just think about all the everyone who's not. Anyways. Okay, so I think Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode
there's a quick thing there was a quick Cedric Alexander's backstage talking about his upcoming King of the Ring match, and then the OC just runs in, attacks him, hurts him, so that might affect his fight later on.
So they're just running amok.
Yeah. But then we do get that tag match, Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler versus Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder. Easy win for Roode and Ziggler here. The super kick, glorious DDT combo, so just keeping some momentum going for them, I guess. New team. They've won a couple weeks in a row now.
New team. Who dis?
Rude Zig.
Zig Rude. We have women's action coming up next.
Oh, do we ever? Lacey Evans versus Natalya.
Jesus Christ.
Lacey, she comes out with this fantastic little parasol, and this nasty dirtbag Natty attacks her from behind. Like, why? Come on. But they have. This was a good match. It was. I thought they worked better than Lacey and Bayley did last week. At one point in the match, Natty calls Lacey a nasty bitch. That's nasty talk right there.
I thought I remembered hearing something.
Yeah, but then Lacey gets her hanky out. She throws her hanky in Natty's face and then hits the woman's right for the win. So there you go. Good win for Lacey. She was bleeding a bit from the mouth. So stupid stiff natty. Come on.
Come on. It's yours.
Good for you, Lacey, though. My Lacey's back on television. It's been much too long for me.
Oh, yeah, I guess, when Corbin comes back, that means that Lacey Evans have to comes back. Like, it's like the yin and yang of the men and women's division, right?
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Let's keep this women's action rolling, though.
Yeah, we get one of the biggest angles going on right now. Becky Lynch comes out to cut a promo on Sasha. She's here live. She's wondering, where's Sasha, though? She wants to tell her face-to-face everything. She says Sasha doesn't have any reason to be whining. She was the centerpiece of NXT, and then when she got called up, she got to main event Raws and pay-per-views while Becky could barely get on TV. But now it's the other way around. Becky's the face of the company, and she knows Sasha's hurt by it because she has all that talent, and she could be the game changer. She should be where Becky is. And then Sasha does come out, so she is here. And she says, yeah, you're right. I was supposed to main event Mania and have all that. Lucky you. And the only reason you got it is because Nia Jax broke your face. So Becky says, all right, let's just fight right now. Sasha says, nope, not for free. Not in front of all these people. So next time I face you, it's going to be for that title at Clash of Champions. So that's your match. Becky says, what bigger match than the man versus the boss? You got it. So there you go.
Yep, there's your match. We're back.
And we get the big bitch bomb. Sasha says, after Clash of Champions, the man's going to be the boss's bitch.
See, you catch those a lot more than I do. I'd more
because they're allowed one per.
Yeah, I'd more think of like swears as being just part of vernacular. It's funny to like.
Well, I mean, for us, yeah.
It's funny to curb your mind of like you hear like I heard someone yell "bitch" on the fucking streetcar today. Like that's a normal thing that people say.
Yeah, but that match is gonna be sick. That's my main event for Clash of Champions if I'm booking the show.
Well, Mike, and we all know that maybe one day you will.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
We have some King of the Ring stuff to get. We're quarterfinals now. I guess this is.
We're officially on the quarterfinals.
Now, yes. We have Cedric Alexander, a slightly beaten up Cedric Alexander, taking on Baron Corbin.
Corbin goes. He touches the crown again before the match, so bad luck. Hope you lose. Maybe not this one, but soon. Cedric
was a great match. Great match.
Yeah, a couple weeks in a row now. Corbin's been doing better.
All of these King of the Ring matches so far have been... not
a bad one.
Not really. A bad one in the lot. I'm giving him that.
Yeah, so Cedric, he's hurt. He puts up a good fight. Takes a nasty spot where he's like hung upside down and Corbin just slams him into the ring post. Crowd was super hot for Cedric, man. They're buying into everything from him, but unfortunately, stupid Baron Corbin catches him with the end of days, gets the win, so he'll move on to the semifinals of the King of the Ring.
Yeah, it was a great match, and I think if nothing else, like giving people like Cedric Alexander, like this guy was in a great match on TV. Isn't that what you're supposed to be doing? Booking somebody. Yeah. Doesn't matter who the hell it is. Put people in good situations. Good shit happens.
Yeah. It's better. Even losing this is better than what we see in the next when the Viking Raiders beat two more jobbers. So no surprise here.
I'm trying to think of like the job equivalent, like the not professional wrestling job. It'd be like you're a professional chef. Right, and you have all these qualifications of being a chef, cooking, baking, whatever it is, and a restaurant hires you, and they're like, we're gonna give you $100,000 a year to be a chef, and you're like, hell yeah, that's like the most money I've ever made in my life. What am I doing? Am I doing the grill? Am I preparing the this, the that? And they're like, no, like we want you on the fryer. Like you'll deal with the French fries, and we do waffle fries, and.
Maybe some hash browns.
Like, how long can you work at that job before you're just like, fuck, I am a world-class Viking?
So what you're saying is the Viking Raiders should go apply for a job at a restaurant.
Well, I mean, I think they would be as happy because they'd be doing as much wrestling at a restaurant as they are here. This is week 6 of Jobber Report.
A lot. This is so many. Yeah.
You know what? There have been a lot of jobbers lately, so much so that I think we need to like provide a news update for all of these jobbers.
The first couple of times I wrote down their names, but I don't even bother anymore.
Yeah, I know, but maybe if we turn it into a segment, We'll give these people give these voices a purpose.
Okay.
We'll look into that for next week, but hopefully we don't see more jobbers. What we do get next is our second King of the Ring match. King of the Ring tournament quarterfinals. Yeah. We have Ricochet taking on Samoa Joe. Two dudes who we would all love to see advance in this tournament, but it's got to be one. It's got to be one of them.
If only there was a way. If only there was a way to get
there was a way.
This was an excellent match. Samoa Joe is working over Ricochet's knee, and he hits a big exploder suplex into the barricade. Ricochet lands hard. Later on, Joe gets busted open a little bit from a big elbow from Ricochet.
Just a little bit.
And then the finish comes when the Ricochet's on the top rope. Joe comes running up from behind, locks in the coquina clutch, but Ricochet is able to jump backwards, and they both fall off the top rope, land on their backs with their arms over each other, and the ref counts a double pin. And the crowd boos because they think this might lead to some bullshit where they're both eliminated and Corbin gets a bye.
Oh, it could have worked the other way around. I never thought.
So the ref, I don't know. I thought so. The ref leaves the ring. He goes on the headset, talks to the video room, and then he just heads to the back and he's like, "We'll make a ruling soon." So he just leaves everyone hanging. Then we get a new Firefly Funhouse after that.
Well, let's just full spoilers on. There's full spoilers on the match. We might as well finish the story.
You want to know?
While we're here, the ref gets the official word, and Corey Graves goes backstage for some reason. But we get the official word that it was the result is a draw. Therefore, the semifinals will actually be a triple threat. The two of these guys, Baron Corbin.
Yes. So that's much better. Corbin was even backstage there to say, "Hey, I got to buy to the finals." So nope.
You're right.
Fuck
I never
you,
thought that it could have gone the other way, where it's like Corbin goes on for free.
I mean, Corbin still could win, but yeah, at least we get a nice, fun triple threat next week in MSG, Madison Square Garden.
MSG, baby.
Yeah, which they also have announced Stone Cold is going to be there for take 2 of the contract signing.
Well, yeah, if Michael Cole can't. If Michael Cole can't moderate your, what's Michael Cole gonna do around Braun fucking Strowman? You think he's gonna Braun? Is he there?
Well, you know what? I think has to happen next week.
What?
When Austin's there, we got to have the Fiend show up. What bigger name to go after than Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Do you think Stone Cold would do that?
I think I don't know. I think he's physically he can take a mandible claw.
No, but I mean, would he agree to doing that? Because he can say no. Presumably, there's some kind of thing in any of their contracts that they can't just call up Kevin Nash and be like, "Hey, Kevin, so you're going to take a bump from this guy, from Baron Corbin."
But I think it would be a big push to let, because obviously, what name could he do it to be bigger than Stone Cold?
That's a good point. Well, you say that big push to anything because Firefly Funhouse. We have a new episode this week. Where he's challenging the winner of the Seth Rollins-Braun Strowman match to a Hell in a Cell match. Boom.
Yeah, so that's right in for the Universal title. That's in October. That's
pretty big. I love the Vince McMahon puppet that just eats money.
Yeah,
I feeds on money. I love that little thing.
Yeah, at first he was about to say "You're fired," but then Bray pulls out a stack of cash and just feeds it to him, and he fucking and then he gathers around the rest of his puppet friends, and he says that helps him cope with the Fiend, and then he closes with the old "See you in hell, let me in."
Did you see the little rabbit?
He popped up for a second. He instead of "help me" with a sign.
Yeah, it's like a little sign that said "help me," and then he was like,
and just smacked him away.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, so that was good. Good. Another Fire. So the Firefly Funhouse, we still get new episodes now and then.
And that's if the Fiend's getting a push, if we're just we said this, Bray Wyatt's gonna get a fucking rocket up his ass.
Oh yeah.
And this could just be it.
So he's gonna knock out Stone Cold, and then he's gonna go win the Universal title in October, and then face the Demon Balor at WrestleMania for that title. The Demon versus the Fiend.
But the Fiend can't lose. That's too soon.
He doesn't have to lose.
In April.
He doesn't have to lose.
Wait, but he's going to beat
the Demon can lose.
Mike, the Demon can't lose. What are you saying?
That makes then you'll want to see the match. How can they book this? What's going to happen?
Aleister Black. No.
Banks.
Okay. This we'll follow up on the Fiend next week, I'm sure. Some singles action.
The Miz versus Cesaro. Not a bad match, but I don't really have much to say about it. Miz gets the win with the skull crushing finale.
Yeah, I mean, I guess these two guys were probably backstage, and they're just kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
Yep, filler, but at least it's not jobbers, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Cesaro taking on a local talent is at least that's something nobody wants to see. He's one of the best wrestlers in the world, and you want to watch him fight Joe Magoo? Hell no, I don't want to. Let's get to our main event time. So we were being advertised. We're gonna get this all. I think they were telling us all night. Maybe I don't really know.
Yeah, they were hyping up to it's all the women's champions in one match.
Pretty much. It's kind of like what we saw with the OC and Seth Rollins, but now with women for some reason. So we're getting Bailey. We're getting Bailey and Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. So there we go, folks at home. You know what's happening right now, and
shortly into the match,
Sasha Banks comes right out there. I mean, they're best friends. This is
this is Bailey. They're friends, so she's conflicted.
Best friends, one could say.
Best friends, one could say. Boston hug. So the distraction just kind of allows Bliss and Cross to gain control of the match for a bit. But Lynch and Bailey fight back until Sasha just runs in and attacks Becky, causing the DQ. Sasha goes and grabs a chair, and she hits Becky with it multiple times until Bailey comes in and grabs it from her. And then Bailey hesitates. She smiles, and she nails Becky with the chair 7 times. Holy shit.
Wow.
Bailey, heel turn. We're going nuts. Everyone's going crazy.
The Bailey heel turn.
Yes. We've been waiting. We've been hoping for it for a while.
Years we've been waiting for this.
I thought this was perfectly executed.
Wow.
The way it was done. And the Boston Hug Connection is heels. They're back.
Hopefully get a new name, and a more heely sounding name, because Boss Hug Connection really doesn't.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be like ironic.
Bring fear. We're an ironic team now.
The hug name, the hug part. But no, I thought this was an amazing ending to Raw. I want to see. You absolutely want to see where this goes, and have them dominate as Raw and SmackDown's champion, helping each other out.
Like another great episode of Raw. These keep happening.
Yeah, good ending. Yeah, they've been on ever since Paul Heyman and stuff came in, there's been a noticeable quality difference.
Well, that's what they say. That's what they say, at least, folks. That was our Monday Night Raw. We're moving on to SmackDown. Before we do, because we didn't put it after our halftime break, let's do a little bit of trivia.
Trivia. Woo! Trivia. Woo!
Trivia.
I like that one, Mike. I've got I'm folks at home. That's how it works. I ask Mike questions. He answers. He asks me questions. I answer. Sometimes the answers we give are the correct answers, and sometimes they're not.
Yeah, sometimes there's other tricks and rules and follow-up questions in between, but you never know what to get.
But Mike, today I have 5 questions for you.
I also have 5 questions for you.
Fun. Okay, how about you start first?
Okay. Well, speaking of firsts, Chris Jericho became the first ever AEW champion. So this week I'm going to be all about the wrestling firsts.
Ooh, fun.
All right. So right off the bat, who was the first ever Royal Rumble winner?
First ever Royal Rumble winner. Okay, so I'm going to say Royal Rumble happened in probably 84. That's my guess for the first ever one. So who was big in 1984? Fuck, you know what? I couldn't say it if you did it. I know Ric Flair won one a bit later, and Hulk Hogan won a couple, so I'm going to say Hulk Hogan.
Not Hulk Hogan. It was Hacksaw Jim Duggan, surprisingly.
Jim Duggan. What did he do? What did he do with that push?
Well, the first Royal Rumble, they did not have the title Mania title shot associated with it yet, so it was just kind of like a fun battle royal for the fans. So, that's all it really was. It's basically Andre the Battle Royal. But
Andre the Battle Royal. You're right.
I believe it was 1988, but there you go. That's a fun little nugget of history there.
88. There you go.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
There you go, folks. Okay, Mike, everything, the boss is back.
She's back.
She's back. So I have 5 Sasha Banks questions for you.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh, okay. Question number 1. This one's gonna be a multiple choice one for you. Who did Sasha Banks take on in her very first NXT match? We have Alicia Fox, Paige, Audrey Marie, or Summer Rae.
So this was probably just regular NXT TV.
NXT TV.
Yeah. I'm going to say Summer Rae because she was down there at the time. I think.
Summer Rae, the answer was Paige.
Paige.
Paige. Alicia Fox was her first win.
Huh. Interesting.
There you have it.
All right. First ever WWF champion in the history books. Who is it? First ever WWF world champion. This is some old school shit here.
Like the current iteration of the belt.
Yes, the world champion. I'm just calling it WWF but yeah, the one that Kofi's holding, the lineage that goes back all the way to the beginning of the company.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ! I don't know. Oh my God, I don't know. I'm just gonna say Bruno Sammartino.
Yeah, he was the second.
Second.
So you're very close. This first guy, he's a bit of a trivia name. It's Buddy Rogers.
Buddy Rogers. Never heard the name. No.
Yeah. He held it for like 30 days, and then Bruno was obviously the big guy. So, yeah, a bit of some tough stuff this week. This is old school.
Isn't that funny? He held it for 30 days, and the next guy had it for like 3,000.
Like 2,000, yeah.
Must suck to be that dude.
It was fun.
Mike.
There you go.
Your next Sasha Banks question. Before the Boston Hug connection, Sasha Banks was in 2 stables. Yeah. What were they? And bonus points if you can name who's in them.
There was I'm trying because there was 2 teams that came in at the same time. I think one was Team Bad. No. She was in Team Unity. Unity is one of the stables.
No.
Well, she did call it Unity at one point.
Okay.
Team Bad wasn't one of them either?
Team Bad was one of them, but I was looking for Team Bad and another one.
No, wait, don't say the other thing yet. Don't say it.
Okay.
Well, so
I haven't said anything, Mike.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So I also want to name the members of Team Bad.
I guess if you can.
I think it was Sasha. Was Tamina in it?
Yes.
And one other. Naomi?
Naomi.
Okay, so that's the one team done. Is the other one an NXT team or is it a main roster team?
I'm not sure about that. I cannot definitively answer that.
Because I could just name other things.
There's one specifically I'm looking for. I might have been. Oh yeah.
Okay, you can tell me the name. Of it.
What I was looking for were the BFFs with Summer Rae, the beautiful, fierce females.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I probably wouldn't have gotten that one, but all right. First ever Intercontinental Champion.
Oh my God, Mike! These are
I was
you're just like first all the belts.
I promise you, the next 2 are more modern. So the first 3, I was kind of going in order of, or not in order, but
of prestigiousness.
No, but I don't know. I was old, anyways. First ever Intercontinental Champion, if you can name it.
Well, I know it's younger than the world title.
Yeah.
So it's probably it's definitely someone who I've heard of. I bet whoever it is, it's someone who I'm like,
they're still like an old man nowadays, but
exactly. I'm gonna go on a limb and say Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
No, but I'll give you another hint. He was a recent 24/7 champion.
Recent 20. Oh, on the fucking
yeah, the reunion night.
Oh my God.
The old guys
fuck yeah. They all look the same. They're all white people with white goddamn hair and wrinkly fucking skin. Fuck.
He's a Canadian.
Oh,
He-
oh, oh my God,
Yeah.
Pat Patterson.
Pat Patterson. There you
Pat
go.
Patterson. Okay, what year was that?
That I would have to look up, but I'm guessing like the 70s.
Wow. Well, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, Pat Patterson.
Pat Patterson. Okay. Mike. Si, senor. In 2015, PWI gave a Sasha Banks match the coveted title of Match of the Year.
Oh,
Who did she go up against?
That's Bailey at Takeover Brooklyn, baby.
Boom goes the dynamite. Bonus points. It was an Iron Woman match.
So it wasn't Takeover Brooklyn. Oh, wait. Oh, so they gave Iron Woman match. It was still Sasha versus Bailey.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's what I was looking for.
They gave the Iron Woman match of the year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Either.
Oh, okay. So okay.
I personally rate the
same
other one better.
Yeah, it was a 30 or like it was like a 30-minute
30-minute.
Iron Man.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, you got half points. You got the person right,
Yeah.
but for the wrong reasons. But it
Well,
still counts.
yeah, no, for their wrong
For
reasons,
their
because the
wrong
other match was
reasons.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. This one's more modern. The first ever NXT Women's Champion was.
I'm gonna say, I think wasn't that match? I think it was Charlotte Natalia, and Charlotte wins.
It was Paige. But Charlotte did win the second shortly after when Paige vacated. And I think Charlotte did beat Natalia, but it was for the vacant title because Paige got called up, something like that.
Okay, yeah, because I feel like I can see the poster of Bret
Charlotte,
Hart and Ric Flair both standing behind their people.
Yeah, that absolutely did happen. Yeah.
Yes, that absolutely did happen.
It did, but yeah, this was because they've been so weird. Paige basically did actually no, she showed up. Yeah, she won the Raw Women's title, and then they just made her relinquish the NXT title.
Well, it's not fair.
Yeah, and they haven't always followed those rules. So.
Well, it's like, remember when Viking Raiders just wouldn't have their NXT belts on Raw?
Yeah, they just gave them up.
And look what they did with them. Okay, Mike, I got your fourth question here.
All right.
With 5 picks per round in the 2016 WWE Draft, which round was Sasha Banks drafted in?
I guess it was pretty high up there. Either because she might have been, who was the champion at the time? I'm gonna say first rounder.
First rounder, that's bold of you. No, the first rounder that they would have picked was champ at the time, Charlotte Flair. Sasha Banks gets picked in round 3 with the 13th pick.
Round 3. Wow.
Fun fact, though, with the 14th pick, SmackDown chose the man Becky Lynch.
Yeah, she was still the Irish last kicker back then.
Back then, with her little steampunk goggles. I used to love that gimmick. She can go back. She can go back to that look anytime she wants.
The man, you don't like the man?
I'm fine with the man, but I like the steampunk. Also, I'm just saying, I
Oh, okay.
people, it's like I like the Kane mask,
Yeah,
the old school
everyone loves
Kane
the
mask, but then I like bald Kane. Just like I'm a dude in the real world, Kane. You know what I'm saying?
I understand it.
Or it's like, no, I like Triple H with long hair and with a beard, and sometimes he has just the goatee, and sometimes he has none of it at all.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
People do change their looks over time, yes.
I like CM Punk with no beard. Sometimes he has a beard. One time he had a mustache.
Yeah, he did. So like Austin Matthews has a good one going right now.
Oh, there you go.
They might have to update the cover of NHL 20.
At least like the holding screen on like the home screen, they're like digitally like adding a little follicles.
Oh, yeah. They can do that.
Mike, what's your 5th question?
All right, final question. The first ever Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner.
Oh, The Big Show.
No, he was the second.
Mike, I'm getting all these seconds. Shit.
But you're historically very close. To being accurate.
I guess probably 1 year off in most cases.
Yeah, but Cesaro was the first.
There you go.
Antonio Cesaro.
Was this when he was Antonio Cesaro or just Cesaro?
I believe so.
Yeah,
and he was partnered with Jack Swagger and the All Americans, whatever.
Okay,
but there you go. That's my 5.
Mike, your final question, your final Sasha Banks question. What was Sasha Banks' last match? Let me say that again. Sorry. What was Sasha's bat? Oh my God, I can't even say this. Here we go, Mike. Here we go. Yeah. What was Sasha Banks' match last time she was at Clash of Champions?
So last time she was there, not necessarily the last Clash of Champions. Or I guess it could be the same thing. Let's say Sasha versus Alexa Bliss.
You know what? That was a good guess because there is really only kind of like 4 people that could even be involved. And that was part of the trick. I wasn't going to tell you. It was the most recent Clash of Champions where she took on Charlotte and Bayley for the Raw Women's title. Charlotte retained.
Okay. Of course.
As the triple threat. And there you have it. A lot of good trivia. This worked out well. These 5 questions, all uniformed and unified. But it's enough with organized, lines and symmetrical because we're going to a place where shit doesn't. They do whatever they want on the Blue brand.
Yeah, but what I like here is we don't have to wait very long because we continue right where Raw left off.
Pretty much, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, the big storyline. Bayley comes out to start the show. Mixed reaction, plenty of boos, and they're not in Canada, so she's a real heel now.
You're not in Canada anymore.
Yeah, she's still got the inflatables and all that, so we'll see how long they stick with those. But she cuts a promo here. She doesn't get it. Everyone's saying the same thing about what went down. But she's like, it's my best friend. Nothing's changed here. I'm just trying to give people opportunities in this division and help people.
She makes a lot of sense.
About the kids.
She makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Folks at home, what have we been saying since day one? Friendships.
Yeah, she's loyal. She just wants to show what it means to be loyal.
It's the only consistent thing in WWE, I think. You know what? They're great at making 2 people friends. Vince McMahon is great at taking
lately,
2 people,
doing a real good job.
making them friends. That's all fine and good. That's all fun. Charlotte comes down eventually, though.
Yeah, Charlotte Flair comes out because Bayley's saying she wants to put the title on the map, give it, make it what she wants to get where Becky Lynch is, and Charlotte says, blah blah blah. I am selfish. I'm the queen, and then Sasha Banks comes out, so Charlotte knows what's going to happen. She just jumps Bayley, but Sasha gets in, and they team up on her. Bayley gets the chair. She hits Charlotte with it a bunch of times. So I'm loving Bad Girl Bayley. It's official, man. It's official. And then she hands a chair over to Sasha, who gives her some more chair shots. So crowd was chanting for Bayley at the end of this, and also booing. But yeah, it's good. This is great.
This is great. You know what? It's giving somebody momentum into a championship match, and then having that momentum keep going forward is a great way to, we're moving towards what's our next.
I want to see them just dominate together. Like, have Bayley help Sasha beat Becky, and then Becky can help Bayley defend it, and they can just both be champs for a while and just dominate.
That'd be pretty fun too.
Best friends.
As best friends. That'd be pretty fun too. We move on with some King of the Ring action. We're back round 1. Round two. Quarterfinals on the SmackDown side. We have Ali and Elias in what might be the best Elias match I've ever seen.
Yeah, this was good. The only thing, they changed his music recently. I don't know if you noticed.
I think I did, but I didn't know what it was before.
Yeah, there's 2 guys, like him and someone else, because they were both kind of generic to begin with, but this one's even more generic and less. But on his way to the ring, he put his guitar on the throne and put the crown on it. So it was funny, but that's the curse.
I don't know. He looked pretty good.
Yeah. Well, the story of the match here, Elias is working over Ali's leg. So
I think it was the leg, and then it was on Elias's elbow.
Oh, yeah. So Ali, he's still doing his high flying, in spite of the injury, but eventually Elias hits the drift away for the win, so he advances to the semifinals to face the winner of Andrade versus Gable, which we'll see later.
And yeah, this was great. I mean, I know you don't like the way that Elias looks up there, but do you think he looks better than Baron Corbin?
On the King? No, I'm saying
if you had to choose which one of those two guys you want to see on the
Elias.
throne.
I'm just saying he jinxed himself by touching it early. You're not supposed to touch it. But I would definitely. But yeah, so I'd like to see.
You're not supposed to touch it. Let's move over to some women's action, shall we?
Yeah, we go first to Aleister Black back in his dark room.
Oh yeah, and he's all like, "Yo."
He's cut a promo. He's like, "You know what? If they're not going to come to me, I'm going to go out there." So he said he's coming out to the ring and see if anyone will pick a fight.
It's a good idea. You should have thought about that a little bit earlier. It's a good point.
It's like, that's the way they've been doing it for the last 30 years.
Fit, get my music ready.
Yeah.
I'm going out.
Then we get some women's tag action. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus Fire and Desire. Nice to see those tag titles on TV all the time. Every week now they're on TV.
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
There were less sexual glances this week, I'll admit.
I will also admit I was looking for them. I put myself in your weird little frame of mind.
No, I'm not the. I know I'm not the only one. The fact that Mandy Rose herself even addressed it. Anyways, they still do their sexual pose together where they go in.
It's just a pose.
They grab hands. They go in for this tight, interlocked arms behind lovers hug. Friends don't do that. I'll be honest. I have lots of friends. Anyways, during the match, Alexa goes for the Twisted Bliss, but Sonya gets her knees up, and then her and Mandy hit their new tag finisher, which looks great. It's like a C-trigger with the leg sweep combo. Looks awesome. They get the win, so they have pinned the tag champs. They must be next in line for a title shot.
I mean,
which is the big culmination.
I guess they have to be. I bet there's.
We need a match. They're like one of two titles that still doesn't have a match for Clash
of Champions. So yeah, that makes sense. This could be like a pre-show thing.
It could be.
Yeah. But what about the Kabuki Warriors?
They got their one shot on Raw, and now they're gone for the next couple months.
Is that how the women's division works? Okay, you get one shot.
No, that's just how it's. Yeah, they're stupid. They're bad.
Speaking of stupid.
I miss them.
We have the Ran Man coming out to address us and cuts a promo, just saying he's the Viper. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
and in a couple weeks he's gonna take
stupid.
down Kofi Kingston. He recapped beating Kofi last week, and just all the shit that he's been messing around with the New Day. And he even says hey, let's go for this bout tonight. I'm in my Speedo, and
he's always ready.
He's always ready to go. That's how he gets you. He doesn't have his not ready to go outfit.
That's why, the RKO can literally come out of nowhere.
It can literally come out of nowhere. And what does stupid Kofi Kingston do? New Day's music hit before he starts running down to the ring. Of course, who's waiting for him?
The Revival,
those two guys, and they start all attacking. They get that stupid RKO or super RKO, whatever we're calling it.
The stupid RKO.
The FTRKO.
Yeah, they all lay him out. So, where's the New Day? Are they all beat up still from their last time? I don't know.
I guess so, right? Or even they're sitting there thinking fuck, man, we're not going to go down there. It's going to be a trap. And Kofi Kingston's just let's do it.
Yeah. And they officially announced that Roman Reigns will face Eric Rowan at Clash of Champions. And Rowan's got his first name back. They're calling him Eric Rowan.
But there's no championship.
No, they're allowed to have 2 non-title matches.
And actually, I guess technically, if it was a Clash of Champions, you would have champions fighting other champions. Yeah, so really, there should be 6. There should be 6 matches. Anyways, moving on. Yeah. It's our last match of the quarterfinal of the King of the Ring tournament. We have Chad Gable taking on Andrade. Chad Gable advanced. He beat Shelton Benjamin last week. And now he gets another great performance here.
Yeah, on the way to the ring, Andrade picks up the crown. Bad juju.
Yep.
I noticed everyone that does it. But yeah, good match here. The crowd really rallies behind Gable, and they really bite in when he hits that beautiful moonsault for a near fall. Shortly after, he starts hitting some big German suplexes, and he bridges it into a pin, but Zelina Vega distracts the ref.
Classic.
All this malarkey allows Andrade to hit his huge big back elbow. He goes for the hammerlock DDT, but Gable pulls off this awesome little reversal pinning maneuver, and he gets a 3 count. So huge win for Gable, who goes on to the semifinals to face Elias.
Gable has been an underdog these last 2 matches. Even if I think there was a week before or 2 weeks before where he was just kind of like around. And,
and Shelton's just bullying him and shit.
Just being bullied.
I love it.
Yeah, this was
great.
great.
I love the push they're giving him right now. If he could make it to the finals, that'd be huge.
And this is exactly it, right? Like you put in a tournament like this, and you hope for them to book some kind of breakout star that we can kind of get behind, right? And right now,
you figure that the finals can't be Corbin versus Elias because that's just 2 heels. So I think one of them will make it. So then the other one, that leaves it open to Gable or Ricochet. That's what I'm seeing.
Exactly. Or even, what if we just get Gable Ricochet?
There you go. That'd be the best possible outcome.
Fun, right?
Yeah, and then everyone's fucking loving it. Yeah.
We do get another match.
So we'll see.
Oh, sorry. What are you going to say, Mike?
Oh, yeah. No, I said, yeah, we'll see. But
we will see.
We do get another match. That man we were just talking about, Shelton Benjamin.
What I was going to say. Aleister Black is coming down to the ring because he was all like,
Shelton
what's the deal? Shelton Benjamin's here. Yeah, so this is 2 weeks in a row for Shelton Benjamin. We haven't seen Aleister Black in a little while, but match happened.
Yeah.
And he got black masked.
Got that black mask for the win, so yeah, still no real feud for him yet.
Yeah, this was like that Cesaro-Miz match on the other card. It was just like, it just needs to happen. Yeah. And then it'll be a little bit of time to kill before we're getting some Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura hijinks.
Yeah. Well, there's some 24/7 champion stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you want to recap? You want to get all that down?
Yeah. So Drake Maverick, he's backstage with his wife, and then the Singh brothers come back. Remember them? They jump him, and then Grand Metalik comes wheeling by on an equipment cart, and then the B team come in and ambush him, and Bo Dallas is able to roll him up from behind for the 3 count. So new champion. Bo, he runs off with the belt, and Drake just looks mad. And then then we get into that Nakamura stuff.
Well, let's keep all the 24/7 info.
Well, it's
rolling.
all related. It's all because it all comes out after, right? Because Nakamura,
it's hardly related.
No, Nakamura. I'm just gonna get to it. Nakamura fights a jobber. He fights a jobber. I said it, the dirty word.
Yep, it's a swear.
And then Sami Zayn was just narrating the whole match on the microphone, just talking. And then, because it did happen right after the match is over, B team comes running out through the crowd. The gaggle's there. Curtis actually tries to protect Bo, but Drake comes in, rolls him up from behind to win back the 24/7 title. Drake escapes up the ramp, and then the camera pans over to the King of the Ring set. And they did a good job here because the cape just drops to the ground, and R-Truth underneath sneaks up behind, rolls up Drake to become 14-time 24/7 champion.
14-time. Christ,
Yeah, he's gunning for that all-time WWE title record.
Who?
Not the world title, but I think Raven.
The hardcore title?
Yeah, Raven won it like 28 times or something. I think Truth can break that.
Jesus Christ.
He's done it 14 in like the matter of 6 months. So
at this rate, yeah, he'll keep going. It's main event time. It's main event time, folks. This is the match we've been waiting for all night. It's Daniel Bryan. He's expecting an apology.
Yeah.
And it's a war of words.
Face-to-face.
It's a war of words. It's Daniel Bryan, Eric Rowan in a war of words.
Yeah, Bryan cuts a promo saying that because of Rowan, people think he's guilty by association, and they don't always agree with what he says, but nobody can say he's a liar. So he's demanding an apology from Roman Reigns.
Demanding an apology.
Yeah. So out comes the big dog, but before he can do anything, he's jumped and attacked by Rowan. Bryan goes to stop him, but he gets shoved away. So Eric Rowan beats down Reigns for a while, and then he grabs a microphone, cuts a promo of his own, saying, "The joke's on you, Daniel." Or, Daniel Bryan's worse than anyone. He thinks he can control me. I'm not a pet. I'm not a puppet. You slapped me last week, so step in the ring now. Show me how man you are. Slap me again. So Rowan, he says he's proud of everything he's done to Roman these last few weeks and the pain he's going to feel at Clash of Champions. And then he nails him with the steel steps and gives Daniel Bryan the Iron Claw through the announce table. So he stands tall. Big Eric Rowan. He's beating everybody up.
And this is great. He looks real strong. So he's getting this match with Roman Reigns. I guess Eric Rowan killed Roman Reigns.
But Daniel Bryan, are you convinced he had nothing to do with it?
I'm skeptical about this whole thing. It seems like too weird of an easy payoff For them to,
I don't think this is
for them to
the final resolution.
For them to 1 week be like, it's an Eric Rowan lookalike, and then next week be like, no, it wasn't. It was just Eric Rowan. I don't know.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, I don't think this is the end of it.
This is not. This is not
the
end of it. No.
But yeah, eventually we are going to get Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan, right? It has to lead to that.
I guess. Yeah. I think he is certainly the mastermind of what the hell's going on. So. Yeah. Well, there you have it, folks. That was SmackDown Live, and that was our wrestling week up until right now.
Yes. Big week of wrestling.
It was a big week of wrestling. Before we go, though, before we sign off for the night, I think we just have to hit up our Wrestler of the Week.
It's the Wrestler of the Week. Wrestler of the Week. Of the Week. Of the Week. The Wrestler of the Week. Of the Week. Of the Week. Wrestler of the Week. Of the Week. Of the Week. The Wrestler of the Week.
Mike, there was a lot of content, a lot of source material, as it were.
This was a tough week for me, but it was not so tough by the end of it. I'll go with
who do you got?
Tyler Bate.
Tyler Bate.
I'm putting over that match even more. I was, at first I thought it was going to be one of the tag teams in that ladder match, and then maybe Bailey after that great heel turn. But no, Tyler Bate. Watch that match. It's fantastic.
Watch that match. Yeah, Mike, that's something I have to get to right away.
Yes.
Right away. I got to give my Wrestler of the Week to the Lucha Bros. That was my favorite match of the night. I had a lot of fun watching it, and god damn it, if this isn't supposed to be fun, then what is it supposed to be?
No,
it was tough.
Was everything you
the Bucks or the Lucha Bros. When it gave it to the Lucha Bros, just because that the Destroyer through the table was too much. It was either going to be the Bros for the Destroyer through the table, or the Young Bucks for Matt Jackson hitting his head off the side of the table,
dying,
dying.
He's dead.
He died, but he got Wrestler of the Week.
Yes, there you go.
There you go. Mike, that's all the time we have for this week.
That's it. Next week we can finally preview that Clash of Champions
I've been so eager to preview. I've been waiting. I'm just waiting every week. I keep thinking it's Clash of Champions.
And they do. I think they need to book a 24/7 title match as well, because they say every championship.
It would only be fair. It would only be fair.
It's only fair. It's only fair.
It's only fair. Okay, folks, thanks for listening. You know where to find us. Apple Music, Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, Google Play. There it is. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Mike, that's about it for me.
See y'all next week, and we'll see how those Ultimate Teams are doing.
Okay, we'll see y'all next week. See you in Chill. The world of Chill, baby.
Whoop, whoop.
Okay, bye.
Too sweet. Whoop.